Yo, what's up, your boy Ghost here, and today I'm bringing you a comparison between the CR-56 Amax and Kilo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this video was not the original plan for this week, but however, the Amax kind of saw a rise in attention over the last week, and I decided to make it because I think now it's considered one of the best ARs in the game, and the Kilo is also widely considered one of the best ARs in the game. But before we get into that, I want to say that we are very close to 1,000 subscribers. We are actually 68 away from it, or from 1,000. So if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, it'd be very appreciated. And also, if you like this video, well then like the video, really helps out the channel. And again, I'm gonna promote my Twitch because I feel like it's a great vibe at night. So if you have nothing to do at night and you are bored, come check out my Twitch or go follow it. I'm telling you, it is a vibe. I just like vibing at night. You can see me do gameplay, see pretty much compose my videos live, whatnot. But yeah, go do that. And yeah, let's get into the video. And here we have the recoil pattern for the Amax. Now, this gun actually does have a lot of recoil. Or no, I wouldn't say a lot, but it definitely does have a good amount of recoil. It's not one of those weapons that it feels like a straight up beam, especially at long range. But again, it's gonna make up for it in its damage because this thing is a shredding machine. Now, you may have noticed that I'm using the holographic sight, and here's my class setup, by the way. You might be noticed that I'm using holographic sight instead of a VOK, and that's for one simple reason. That's because I have this reticle that the holographic has, and it's called the blue dot. And in my opinion, this is by far, hands down, the best reticle in the game, and literally nothing beats it. Like, it's one of the most clearest sights in the game. It really, to me personally, if you do not have it, I recommend going through the grind to get it. The way you can get it is under the holographic sight. You go to the reticles, and every single reticle has a specific challenge. You just go and do that. You know, shipment's out right now. Go and do that. It's not that hard. Just a little time consuming, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be very worth it. But again, I'm using holographic because of the blue dot. But if I didn't have the blue dot, I'd probably use the VOK. So, you know, that's kind of between personal preference there. Even if you do have the blue dot, you might not like it. Yeah. But anyways, it's a little significant too because with the holographic, when I put on something like the Ranger or the Merc foregrip to try to reduce recoil, I get a slight decrease in ADS. And it's, to me, bro, like, it might be the slightest decrease, but it feels so slow to me. And I know it's not that bad, but bro, using a Merc or Ranger with my holographic, the ADS speed is, for me personally, is too slow. So I have to use commando, making so my, like, I guess control isn't the best, or it's not, it could be better. So if you use the Ranger with the VOK, obviously you probably have better accuracy than, you know, my commando and holographic. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I mean, that makes sense, right? But again, if you can deal with the ADS decrease of it slowly coming up, you could use a Ranger and or a Merc with the holographic. Now, to be fair, I think I could have maybe used the operator. I don't remember if this gun is the operator, but I don't really know all that statistics and shit. I can control my recoil pretty well, and I was destroying people at range, so it didn't really matter to me. But again, speaking about the damage, man, this gun right here, bro. Whew, look, body shot wise, it might not feel the strongest. Some of you guys, it might feel like a peach shooter. To me, it felt pretty good, decent. But the headshots, whew. You get headshots with this gun, yeah, say goodbye to the enemy, man. Like, the headshot multiplier is, I'm pretty sure it's insane. I don't know specific about the headshot multiplier. I just know that it melts. And if you get headshots with it, which I saw myself getting a lot of it, man, I don't know, man. You're gunning kids, you know what I'm saying? When the broom, before the broom got nerfed, I nerfed a bunch of brooms with this gun. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this was better than the broom pre-nerf, or even that this better than broom now. But this weapon right here is definitely a very slept-on weapon because, I mean, it probably makes sense though because a lot of people can't control recoil. But if you can control recoil or just hit, you know, decent amount of shots, you should be okay because this gun is a melter, and I definitely recommend it. But like, in terms of mobility and all that, honestly, the Kilo and Amax are both ARs. You're most likely using an MP5 to move around anyway, so I don't think it really matters. But I guess I'm not even gonna speak on the mobility because I really don't know. They're both slow to me compared to an MP5. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into the Kilo. And here we have the recoil pattern for a base Kilo. Now, this weapon right here, I've had 3 different class setups throughout the whole life, I guess, cycle of Warzone. This being my 3rd class setup, and again, you guys can see the holographic with the blue dot over the VOK because, you know, the blue dot is superior to every other sight in the game. I do not care what anyone says. That's just what I feel like, or that's how I feel. And the one thing though that comes with me using holographic is that I now use a 50 instead of 60 round mag. Personally, like the 60 and holographic is way too slow for me. And again, like it's not even that bad. It might be like 0.5 seconds slower, but to me it feels a lot slower. But people like Swag uses 60 with the holographic. So if you want to use 60 and you don't think it's that slow, that's up to you, man. Again, personal preference really just it's all that it comes down to. So if you can deal with it, go ahead. It's all to you. It's all up to you. I'm gonna keep rocking 50 because that's just how I feel like. That's what I feel like using. But this weapon is kind of it's like a trick. It's a tricky weapon to kind of explain because there's a group of people that consider this weapon to be the best AR or one of the best ARs in the game, or just a really good weapon in general. But then there's another group of people that surprisingly consider this weapon to be a very weak weapon. So somebody like Nick Merckx, who I'm gonna reference a lot in this video, Nick Merckx, he does not like the Kilo because he thinks it's weak and he doesn't really use it a lot. Now this is like me making this video. Who, if you watch this video like a few weeks in advance or a month in advance and he starts using the Kilo, I don't know, then he gets changed. He had a change of heart. But for right now, he does not like using the Kilo. Somebody like Swag or Mutex or just hell, a lot of other just good players like using the Kilo, and this is all they use. And honestly, I think it comes down to like just being comfortable because like I'm gonna say this right now. I used the Kilo over the Bruin, and I did before the Bruin got nerfed. I just did over I just done it. I personally am not comfortable with the Bruin, and it's not because it's a very, I guess, douchey weapon to use or very just annoying weapon to use, because it is, one of the best weapons in the game. No, it is the best weapon in the game. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't care what people think about me. Like, I'm gonna go get mine regardless. I've used Snake Shots Ground in the past. I do not care about, like, if I use the Bruin, whatever, man. I'd use it, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. The Kilo for me is a better gun, and overall, I just had more success with it. Some of you guys, like, again, vice versa, might have obviously more success with the Bruin than the Kilo, and that's fine. That's why you might prefer the Bruin over the Kilo. There's no problem because, again, it's personal preference. Now, right here, you might notice that I'm using the VOK site on my, or the clips of the VOK. There's two reasons for this. For one, I wasn't, like I said, I had to kind of scratch my original video in the middle of the week because of, the Amax coming into, I guess, meta. And I just didn't have enough time to gather like clips with my new Kilo class setup. But it's also, I mean, it's not too bad because me showing you these VOK clips allows me, or gives me an opportunity to speak on a problem that I have with the VOK and a problem you guys might have. So I don't like using the VOK because of one reason, and in those clips I couldn't really tell, but I'm here to tell you there's this noticeable thing when you zoom in with the VOK, your peripheral vision, like, it gets screwed. I don't really know how to explain it, but to me, like, you just get so tunnel vision in your VOK sight that it, like, the peripheral vision is so screwed. And that's why I prefer the holographic, because the blue dot opens up a lot, so I can see a lot more around me than just the person that I'm shooting at in front of me. Because it looks like in a situation where I'm shooting more than two enemy or more than one enemy, I have to be able to know if there's one to my left or right, and I can snap onto them as soon as I'm done, shooting at this first guy. Now, again, you might not like the VOK, or not the VOK, the holographic, because, I mean, look, Nick Merckx doesn't like the blue dot holographic. He like using the holographic, but he's not like the blue dot. And he's gone back to using the VOK. Again, that might be some of you guys. Some of you guys just wouldn't like using the blue dot. That's fine. Like I'm saying, this is personal preference, man. Don't, like, just because I'm telling you how, like, what to use, don't use it. Or just because YouTube says you use it, no. If it feels good in your hand, man, nothing anyone could tell you should matter. No stats should matter. None of that shit should matter. If it feels good in your hands and you find success with it, that's the only thing that matters. Remember that. So it doesn't matter what a Twitch streamer says. It doesn't matter what a YouTuber says. It doesn't matter what the stats say. If it feels good in your hands, it's a good gun, okay? Don't listen to this outside noise of the opinions of people's weapons, because that weapon is good in your hands, and that's the only thing that matters. If it's successful in your hands, don't regard anything that people say about it, because it's your opinion at the end of the day. Now, I'm about to go on a little rant, something that I wanted to get off my chest. So if you want to click off the video now, that's fine. The video's pretty much over, so yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get into it. So if you made it this far and actually listened to this, or if you watch videos in my past, you know that I don't put stats in my videos. And that's because I don't really care about stats, and I don't put a lot of value on the stats. Some of the things that I say, statistically get proven wrong, and that's fine because I don't really care. Because that's just, like, I go off how I feel about these weapons. I go off my own experiences. And that's how I make these comparison videos. I go off what I see on Twitch, what I see on YouTube. I go off what I see personally experience. That's how I make these videos. I don't go off what the stats tell me, because I think that's kind of, I'm not gonna say they're inaccurate, but if you think about it, does your favorite Twitch streamer care about stats? Does Nick, Merc, Swag, all the top players care about stats? Nah, they don't care about stats. 100% guarantee you none of them care about stats. They don't care. So for the people that do care about stats, like, you may not like what I'm saying because it might sound ignorant to you, but I mean, think about it. Really, what stat actually matters besides damage? Not that much, really. Like, I think the only one that really matters is damage, and even then, what the fuck does damage do? Because weapons still kill pretty fast in Warzone. Most weapons are really reliable, really useful. Some weapons have their, like, faults, but their damage is still there. I mean, think about it. Like, the only gun that I could see that is somewhat of a pea shooter is the M13. But people will be quick to correct me on that because, at 50 meters, it does this amount of damage. I don't care. You use the M13 against me, you're getting put down. I don't really give a fuck if you care the M13 is better or not. But this is where the personal feel comes into play, because some people have told me in the past that the M13 is their favorite weapon because it kills fast. And I don't think it kills fast, but they feel like it kills fast. So guess what? They use it. And that's what I mean. If you think it uses fast, don't listen to what I say about shit like this. I can sit here and tell you M13 sucks, but for you, it might not suck. So use the weapon if you don't think it sucks. Fuck, disregard stats, because if I'm going off statistics, then I guess the M13 is good, right? Because that's what they say. That's what they say. I don't say that. So I think the M13 is weak. But some of you guys might think it's good. But regardless, I'm not going to get too into that. I'm just, like, a few comments got me fired up about the whole statistics shit. If you want to talk about it in the comments, sure. Like, I guess we can have a conversation about it. I'm sorry for this video being long, but I had to get that off my chest. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.